A positive change that we've been seeing recently, at least for my clients who have strong cases, is that processing times have dramatically improved. It's common now in some parts of the country, including the New York area, for a marriage-based adjustment of status to go from filing the application to being a permanent resident in 3 months. It's amazing. If you're interested in this topic, hit the like button, subscribe, and type interested in the comments, and I will give you a heart. But let's start with the good news, because God knows immigration talk rarely begins that way. For the first time in years, marriage-based green card cases are moving fast. Like blink and you're a permanent resident fast. We're talking 3 months, yes, 3 months, from filing to full approval. That's faster than most couples decide who's taking out the trash. But before you grab your spouse and start planning your "we made it" party, slow down. This new speed comes with fine print and sharp edges. See, under the Trump administration's current immigration framework, speed isn't generosity, it's strategy. The goal is efficiency, process strong cases fast, and flush out weak ones even faster. It's like the system said, we're done dragging our feet, now we're running sprints. If your marriage case is strong, no criminal record, no fraud, no old deportation order, congratulations, you're the poster child for this policy. You'll probably get your green card faster than your wedding photos. But for anyone with a past mistake, inconsistency, or questionable paperwork, this new pace can feel like a trap. Here's how it plays out. You file your application, double check every document, maybe even feel confident. Then, a few weeks later, you get a letter. Not an approval, but a notice to appear in immigration court. That's right, the same system that's handing out 3-month approvals is also handing out deportation orders just as quickly. This policy cuts both ways. You either win early or lose early, and for many immigrants, that's terrifying. Imagine you've been living quietly, married, raising kids, paying taxes. Then you apply for adjustment of status thinking, this is my time, only to find out that your long-forgotten visa overstay from 10 years ago or an old entry stamp issue just triggered a fraud review. Boom, welcome to the fast lane of deportation. Now, don't get me wrong, faster approvals can be a blessing. I've seen clients go from filing to interview to permanent residency in under 90 days. They're shocked, they're grateful. Some even think I have secret powers. I wish. The truth is, this speed has nothing to do with me or any attorney. It's the new USCIS engine, fast, firm, and not forgiving. So yes, if your case is clean, this policy is your friend, but if your record has cracks, those same fast wheels can crush you. Welcome to the new marriage green card era. High reward, higher risk. You can now get a green card faster than ever or lose your shot at one forever just as quickly. And that's where it gets interesting, because in the next segment, we'll talk about how one small denial doesn't just end your application, it could end your stay. All right, now that you've seen the sweet side of the marriage-based green card process, let's talk about the side that keeps people awake at 2 a.m., refreshing their USCIS portal. Because in 2025, a denial isn't just a no, it's a one-way ticket to immigration court. Now here's the cold truth. Under the Trump-era policy shift, when a marriage-based green card application is denied, USCIS doesn't just close your file and wish you luck anymore. Nope, they hit forward, straight to ICE and immigration court. That means if your case fails, you don't just lose your application, you might lose your right to stay in the country altogether. Picture this, you've been married for 2 years, your spouse is a US citizen, and you finally decide to file for adjustment of status. You've got your photos, joint bank account, insurance, all of it. Then one small issue, maybe a missing tax transcript or an inconsistency in your old travel history triggers a denial. Before you can even say appeal, a notice to appear shows up in your mailbox. Congratulations, your next interview is with an immigration judge. It's brutal, but it's real, and it's scaring good people out of applying altogether. I've had clients who qualify for permanent residency but freeze up in fear because of one past mistake. Maybe an old visa overstay. Maybe a teenage misdemeanor that's long been forgotten. Now they're asking, what if I apply and get denied? What if they deport me? It's a fair question because the system right now is fast but not kind. It's like a coin toss. Heads, you're approved and celebrating your new life. Tails, you're in court defending it. Take Maria, a nurse from Colombia. She married her US citizen husband and applied for a green card. But years ago, she overstayed her visa by 9 months. Her waiver got denied. And in less than 60 days, she went from a routine application to a deportation hearing. No criminal record, no fraud, just bad timing and tougher rules. So what's the strategy here? You can't just sit back and hope. You've got to prepare like your future depends on it, because it does. Make sure your documents are bulletproof, your story consistent, and your attorney battle ready. This new immigration climate doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards precision. And remember, while strong cases are being approved faster than ever, weak or incomplete ones are being rejected just as quickly and punished twice as hard. So if you're filing now, don't gamble, get guidance. Because under this system, one wrong form can turn your honeymoon into a hearing. In the next segment, we'll tackle the sneaky, small mistakes tripping people up from missing interpreters to digital uploads, and why even a simple oversight can turn your green card interview into a government horror story. You've got your paperwork ready, your photos printed, your outfit picked out, and your love story rehearsed. You walk into your green card interview thinking, this is it, the finish line. But here's the twist. In 2025, it's the smallest mistakes that cause the biggest disasters. Let's start with the one catching people off guard: interpreters. For years, USCIS provided telephonic interpreters for applicants who weren't fluent in English. You'd show up, say you brought your cousin to help translate, and the officer would say, don't worry, we've got someone on the line. Problem solved, but that's over, gone, retired. Now, you must bring your own interpreter, period. And if you show up without one, there's no, oops, let's reschedule. Some offices are still showing grace, but others, they're denying applications outright. And yes, that denial can lead straight to removal proceedings. Imagine losing your shot at a green card because you assumed someone else would pick up the phone. That's the kind of bureaucratic heartbreak happening right now. Next, let's talk about the new USCIS obsession: uploaded evidence. In the past, you'd bring everything in a binder to your interview: bank statements, health insurance, utility bills, pictures of you and your spouse on vacation, even that awkward photo from Thanksgiving with your in-laws. Now, USCIS prefers you upload your newest evidence 5 days before the interview online. Think of it like turning in homework early for extra credit. If you upload your latest documents, recent photos, tax returns, or new joint accounts, it makes the officer's life easier. They see it in advance, review it, and your interview moves smoother. The less time they spend digging through your paperwork, the fewer questions they ask, and fewer questions mean fewer chances to mess up. And believe me, you want a short interview. One immigration officer once told me, the longer the interview, the higher the chance we find something we don't like. That's not in the policy manual, that's field experience. Now let's add another layer of irony: technology. USCIS loves the digital uploads, but still expects you to bring physical copies and originals. So yes, even if you uploaded everything perfectly labeled in PDFs, bring your binder anyway. If the officer wants to see your marriage certificate on paper, you don't want to say, it's in the portal. Here's the golden rule of 2025 immigration interviews: control what you can, prepare for what you can't, and never assume convenience means safety. In this new system, the best applicants aren't the smartest, they're the most organized. So before your big day, double check everything: interpreter booked, files uploaded, originals packed. Because when you're dealing with USCIS, less time in that interview room doesn't just save your nerves, it might just save your future. Immigration today isn't about luck, it's about preparation. Bring your proof, know your story, and stay one step ahead. Because in this new system, the smallest mistake can turn a love story into a legal one.